So, hello, dear friends. I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for coming here, for being here tonight with us. Tonight, we're gonna be having myself and Nade. Steven is out here tonight. So first, I'd like to thank the guys from America, Kardec Radio, to giving this space to us. To thank Nade for being here tonight, and all the volunteers and everyone who is here with us tonight. Uh, would you like to say anything, Nate, before we do our initial prayer?
I would like to say good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here again with you guys. I miss you as well. I hope that you are missing me. And yeah, sorry for not having no special guest today. You'll be just me and Van Deco, as you. And be patient with us. And let's go on this journey together tonight, okay?
Okay. So I'm going to do the initial prayer, Nate, okay?
Yep, sure.
So to everyone who feels comfortable, I would like to invite to close your eyes, to take a deep breath. Let's be thankful for the night that we have here. Let's be thankful for the opportunity to be among friends. Let's be thankful for the lives we have. We'd like to ask guidance and permission to the mentors of the group and the good spirits, and invite each one of us to open our minds and our hearts for the studies tonight. May Jesus and the good spirits be with us, and so be it. Thank God.
So be it.
Okay, guys. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about faith on ourselves. It's a kind of difficult topic to talk because it can, shall we say, challenge some people, especially the person who is having a difficult situation, and we understand that is normal. Neji, let me start asking a question to you. Have you had any situation that you doubt about yourself, that you didn't have faith on yourself?
Oh yes, I can say that many situations that I saw myself that I have through, and I doubled about of myself. I didn't believe it. My faith, I can say that the faith in myself wasn't wasn't enough, but I didn't have faith in myself. I think this is common. Is something that I think all of us have passed in or have had before, or still have it for some people. I can say that for some people, this is very. Some people still struggling with this to believe in themselves. I see many people that is very intelligent people that is great potential, and the person is still put them in a situation or feeling that is not enough or that is not capable to do what they do or what they have to do. And you can see clearly that, come on, look at yourself. You are very smart. You are very intelligent. Why you are doubled about your potential, And yeah, I think it's very common for me. Yeah. And in you, what about you? Tell me.
I think I doubt myself a lot of times, especially when you are in a new situation or in a situation that we are not familiar with. For example, if you go to move to another country, like we did in the past, or if you are here in Dublin for a while, but you are seeking to change your job, or if you are going out with someone, in a relationship, and you're not sure if the person likes you or something like this. But there is a message from Emmanuel that he says in the difficult days, that's the title of the message, that he always says that remember in the difficult days or the difficult times that you may be facing, remember before in the past when you had a very difficult days also, very difficult times, and you thought that was the end of the world for you. But in the end, you still were able to surpass, you still were able to go through that difficult decision, that difficult time. So what I'm trying to say that whenever we are in the situation, we think really the end, or we are not capable of going through. But sometimes, once you start to calm down yourself, when you start to see with a different eyes, or maybe ask for some help, you start to see things in a different way, you know. Yes, but I still doubt in myself in some situations, but I always try to go back, to what we study, because we as a spiritist, we come here, we talk about spiritism here, or we should definitely spirit center, and we always say that we have to have faith, and I'd say we are the first ones to lose our faith, you know. So because of that, what would you say to someone who is um, not sure about what the next step they have to do, or that, as I said, they are in doubt of themselves? Which advice could you give to that person?
Oh, that's very interesting. What can I say? I think it's the same that we can give to ourselves. Like, I try to see the situation by the angle of the other, and then you say why you are double of yourself if you have the potential, you are great on this, you are, you fit the depend of course the situation, and then I try to see the positive points, to try to show to the person the positive points of on this view, and to make them look at the positive and not on the negative. Because I think sometimes when we have this kind of situation and we have a challenge in front of us, that instead of look to the positive points, we used to focus on the negative, because we are afraid, we are afraid that you fail, we are afraid that we are not good enough, we are afraid of that is, oh my God, no, I'm not that person, that is too much for me, I'm not qualified enough. And then we used to still look on this negative way instead of look on the positive points. If this opportunity is coming, it's because I deserve, and I will be able to, even if I have some difficulties, I will learn, I will try, and I will do my best. But if I will show the best of me, and find the positive points on that situation, to how can I say, to incentive, to how the words, to make you, to motivate you. That's the word. To motivate you to go through. Because when I think we lose the faith in ourselves and we see just the negative points, I think the first thing that happened, we freeze. We used to freeze. Like, wow. And then when this happens, when we freeze, we don't see nothing. We see just sometimes just blank space in our head, and we get lost. We get lost on this blanket, because we are too afraid. And why we are afraid? Because we don't believe that we are able to. Because we still doubt of our potential. We are afraid of the judgment of the others sometimes, because somebody will think that I'm not good enough, or I'm not able to, and then I put too much attention on that instead of focusing my potential and try to do the best to get to the point that I'm able to, I'm good on this.
It's interesting because you said about something that people, they are judging ourselves. We live in a society nowadays, I don't know if you agree with me, that we have our phones with Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, and we always see people which they seem to have a better life than us, which they seem to be better looking than us. They have more success than us in general, regarding to work, regarding to physical appearance, or whatever. And we are comparing ourselves all the time. And once we compare ourselves, Emmanuel explains to us that we are kind of boycotting ourselves, because we are just seeing the results of the other, and maybe we are just seeing like the skin of the other, but we are not seeing internally, what the other is going through. Maybe the other is faking, like a lot of people, they do fake in the social medias, So you're comparing with yourself with something fake. But if that person is really like being honest and whatever that person is showing is true, Emmanuel explains to us that we have to understand that that person deserves something. Maybe that person did something. So we have to understand that the other, he kind of went through a different pattern than us. Maybe that person studied more than us. Maybe that person put much more time, to improve their skills, regarding to work or whatever than us. Or maybe that person has more experience than us, but we just see the results. And once we see the result is not good enough for us, we think we are less. So it's quite interesting that you said that we compare ourselves. And we do that a lot. We do, and Joana de Angelis also say to us that we shouldn't compare ourselves. We should only compare ourselves to improve. For example, we were talking before, me and you, about the parable of the mount of the mustard seed, when Jesus says to us that if you have a faith with a size of a mustard seed, you would be able to move mountains. Of course, that's an expression which is Jesus saying to us. It's impossible for us to move a mountain, because it's much heavier than us and blah, blah, blah. But he's trying to say to us that if you believe in ourselves, you can do quite a lot. But we don't believe in ourselves. And in the gospel, many, many times, Jesus says to us that we should believe in ourselves, but we don't. The question which I'm going to be making to everyone here is, are you comparing yourselves just because the other has more than you, or are you comparing yourself in order to become better? Because that's what you should be doing. You should be looking to the other and say, okay, maybe she's really good at organizing things. How can I be like her? Okay, maybe she's doing this, she's studying this, she's doing that, or whatever. And okay, I'm going to try to follow her steps. Not to take her place. No, her place is her place. She deserves that place. But try to be good like her. But if you're comparing ourselves just for the sake of comparing, but we are not doing anything, what's the point? But I remember you were saying, would you like to say something about this parable made about the mustard seed?
This parable for me is very interesting because it's a quite short parable, but that is so rich and there is so much on this that we can, take little pieces and this going. You can make even a whole speech just with one phrase of that parable.
Oh yeah.
For example, when we imagine that I think this is on the book. If you compare, what is the mountains that we have to remove? Have you think about it?
Yeah.
What is the mountain for you? What is your mountains that you have to remove?
Difficulties that we have, but our internal difficulties, not the external difficulties only. Our fears, I don't know, our mindset. What would you say is our mountains?
Yeah, no, you said is perfect. It's exactly what I'm thinking. Exactly, because these mountains for us many times is exactly the fears, our pride, our the skills that we put on the way, to avoid us to move on. Because, like you said before in the beginning of your speech, we sabotage ourselves many times.
Oh yeah.
We use the skills that is too difficult. We use the skills that is too far. I have to do this. But I didn't have time. I don't have time to study. No, but to do that course, to have that promotion, I have to study and I don't have time to study. I can't, and then we keep finding skills to do the things, and then we still complain.
Yep.
And then we still complain about because I'm not happy with my job. I want that promotion, but I don't have time to study or to get that promotion, to be able to get that promotion, And then the others that came after me got the promotion, but you're still here in the same position. But what are you doing to change your position?
Yeah.
You just find skills, or you really to find some, to find a way to move on to get what you want. Or you're still doing this kind of put obstacles and say that you are not good to have that because of this, because of that. And this is, I believe that is the mountains that we have on the way that we have to remove. True. And we still hold back.
Yeah. Yeah, Joanna Angeli says to us that these mountains in general, no one is putting on our way. It's ourselves. So, as you said, it's our fears, our mindset that we are not good enough, or the other ones that are better than us. But again, it's always, Jesus always explains to us, the spirits, they always explain also, that we should look inside ourselves and try to learn about ourselves. And maybe say, okay, maybe I am good at making sushi, for example. If I'm good at making sushi, yeah, I like, not good, but I like making sushi. But if I'm good at making sushi, why do I have to try to become a good driver? Of course, I can learn how to drive, of course, but sometimes it's good for us to see our good qualities. It doesn't mean that we cannot change and you cannot learn other things, okay? But sometimes we see the other things of the others, and we think, okay, that other one, he drives really well. I want to drive, but come on, I'm good. I'm able to make a good sushi, and I like making sushi. Why not to admire and to flatter myself? But there is a line that we were talking before, Nate. Sometimes people they say to us, I'm confident on myself. I'm too good at something. And there is a line, a really dangerous line, shall we say, that sometimes with people they trust too much in themselves and they become quite arrogant. You know? Sometimes they say,
Mhm.
okay, I'm too good at something, I can do anything I want, and then they go and they pass this message to the others. They come they bring this kind of perception to the others. They are too, they don't they are being what's the word, they are not alluding, but they are,
Um, I
I
have the
forgot the
word
word. Yeah, but they are lying to themselves,
presumptions.
presumptions. They are becoming too
Presumption.
presumptions. I'm not, maybe that person is too good at doing something, that's fine, but let's take the example of Jesus. He was too good at many things, as we can imagine. He was, according to the Spirit's book, the most perfect spirit which came to earth. So being Jesus, he could have just came to earth and said to us, do like this, and that's the lesson, and bye-bye. Instead of doing this, he came here, he lived in a physical body like we are doing here now, with muscles, with pain, you know. He had to go to the toilet and things like this, but he could just be playing the angel, you know. Uh, so he taught us how to do things, putting himself in our position. So he was humble enough. He knows he was a perfect spirit, but instead of saying I'm perfect, you are not. You are all imperfect. I don't care about you, or that's the way to do something. He taught us with examples. So he wasn't presumptuous. He was humble. What do you think about this, Nate? Do you have any comment about these people who become too presumptions because they are too good?
Yeah, I have a phrase here on the Gospel of Spiritism that is really exactly that they say that presumption is less faith than pride, and pride is always punished sooner or later by the deception and frustration inflated upon it. So that means presumption is pride.
It's
It's
pride,
not
yeah.
self-confidence, it's not faith in yourself.
Yeah.
It's when you put your pride too up, and like they said, when you do this, sooner or later you will fall.
Yeah.
You know, sooner or later this word that you build on your pride will fall off, and then you'll be disappointed. You'll be, even depression with that. So that's not good at all. So it's like, yeah, this is very important, because if I start to, for example, inflate your ego, say every day for you, for Vanderlei, you are very good, you are so good on this, like you are the best guy, you are the no. And every day I start to do this, and instead of you take this in a humble way, you take, oh, yeah, I think I'm good on that. If everybody says that I'm good on this, maybe I'm good. Yes, why not? No, I'm good. No, and then you take this and you're to inflate your ego and you start saying, everybody say that I'm good. So this everybody says because I'm good. I'm the best. I'm the best of the best. So if everybody say that I'm good on this, yeah, I'm the best. Like, yes, no. And then you start to be like, think that you're really the best of that. And then you
Yeah.
stop to hear the others. You start to give, to talk with the other people that you are better. You put yourself above everybody because you are the best.
Yeah.
I'm the best of the best, so I'm above everyone. That is a very dangerous. I think this is a kind of really dangerous because more you go up, more quick you go down.
Yeah.
In this point. So, yes, what we want to say, what we are discussing today, guys, is exactly this. When we talk about to believe in yourself, look for your qualities, take your how can I say, your qualities that God gave to you and make this best and recognize that you are able to.
Yeah.
It's
Your
not
talent.
to, exactly. Use your talents, take the talents that God gave to you and do a good use of it. But be careful because the same way you can, if you do too much, if you go for wrong road, you can end up in a really bad situation. So this is a thing that is very important that you said, Wanderlei, because many people can mistake this, and we see this a lot, I think. What? Say. Sorry.
No, it's just something that you said, which is quite interesting because I believe even in the Medium's book, when you were saying that you go to someone and said, "Oh, you are too good, you are too good, you are too good," Kardec explains to us, the Spirit explains to us in the Medium's book, that a really easy way to make the medium to become obsessed, or shall we say, connected to lower energies, is this. The Spirit goes there and say, "Oh, you are too good. You talk quite well. Everyone likes you, blah blah blah." And you start to, as you said, "Oh, I'm too good." So then, when you start doing something, you're gonna be careless. So in the beginning, when you are afraid, you're always paying attention what you are doing. If you are writing an email in English, you go there, you're gonna be writing 10 times. Blah, blah, blah. You're gonna be paying attention. But once you think you're too good, you just write and send. I've done that so many times at work. You go there and write and send, you start to trust on yourself, but then you made a mistake in the middle. And the spirits, they explain to us that that's the way in which the obsession may start. For example, they go there, the spirits, and start to put, "Oh, you are too good." So as I said, you're gonna be taking less care of yourself and your attitudes. Eventually you're going to be connecting with lower spirits because you just simply think that you are the best, no one can stop you, and everyone is wrong. And then we start to have another problem when everyone is wrong, because once you trust in yourself, it doesn't mean that first that you know everything. It doesn't mean that the others, they don't know more than you. You can really trust on yourself, but always there are someone who knows more than us. But then you start to think everyone is wrong, everyone is against me, because all this negativity starts to connect with each other. You know what I mean? You start to always to connect with these lower vibrations. I'm saying this because a lot of people, they come to us and they ask about mediumship. And sometimes they say to me that I received a message and the spirit told me that I have to do this. But always go back to the gospel. Even the Apostle John said, before understanding if it's a spirit or not, try to really comprehend if that spirit comes from God or not. Like Kardec says to us, spirits, they are everywhere. But are we really being able to identify if that spirit is good or not? And then someone may ask us, but what's the connection between spirits and trusting ourselves? All the connection, because once you start to think you are the best, as you said, you become more arrogant, presumptions, you become more selfish. So all vibrations, all your energies, all these low energies, you start to connect with. What would you say about these needs? Let me see here if you have any questions. What would you say?
I say that that you said is very important. Yes, I agree. Perfect, because this is what I was thinking about. The line between self-trust and arrogance can be very thin sometimes, like I said, because, and another thing that's come to my mind is, like I said, for example, for a medium, that is ours, subject, and I use an example that I think is happening a lot, especially on the spiritist centers, in all the world, that is a situation like the medium, they start to listen the mentor, right? But they start to trust more that spirit that communicate with them, that himself, for example, and then put like, I'm not good enough, and then they start to do everything that the spirit say to them. Then it start to not question if it's wrong or right, if it's right, what kind of spirit is that, or which kind of connection I'm doing, and they start to be dependent and start to believe 100%. And first, they lose the person lose the faith in themselves because they put them, in the last, and start to believe just on the spirits. So I think it's a big mistake that the medium do, because like you have to question your communication and the spirit that we are connected with. I'm connecting with the good spirit, the right spirit, or I'm connected with, because like Kardec said on the medium's book, and even I think on the other books as well, we have spirits surrounding us 24 hours.
True.
What makes the difference if myself, if my connection, if I'm in a good vibration, I will attract the good ones. If I'm a low vibration, I will attract the other ones, the ones that want to joke, the ones that want just to play with me, or just to want to stay with me because they feel the same connection. So we are all the time surrounded of them, So we have to make question ourselves about this, which connection I'm doing, and to try as much as we can to be connected with the good ones.
True.
And of course, like you say, that if I'm a medium and I receive a communication and I start to be too self-confident or confident too much on the spirit that give the communication, and someone say to me, Nate, if I was you, I look again on this communication, let's study this communication to see if it's good or not. And I will be like, what? Are you question my potential?
My mediumship?
Are you question my mediumship?
Yeah.
No, I trust 100% in my mentor. You can, I'm 100% that's good one. And I even don't question of that. I'm putting my pride above everything. True. Because I cannot accept what the word? I forgot the word. Really, help me.
You cannot accept the other's opinion, or you cannot accept that you are wrong.
Exactly. Is a feedback, not a
feedback. Yeah.
Because even the good mediums that we have today, they always say, question always the communication. Always. Never trust 100%, because we never know, guys. Like I said, we are all the time surrounded. So when we put our self-confidence too much, in one side, this can happen. If you don't trust ourselves enough, that can happen. So it's like, it's a up and down. So we have to find a balance. Sometimes it's very difficult to find a balance.
Yeah.
And when we are not able to do it, what we have to do? Question, study, search for the real, and sometimes we need help for that.
Oh, we do. Nate, there are some people here who are asking us. I think Trisha asked us about the center, but we're gonna say that in the end, okay? Just remind us that we have to make communication in the end. And I have a question here from Gabriel. I'm going to reply this question. If you see any other question that you want to reply, let me know. I'm just gonna show here his question. So Gabriel says, Gabriel Inastro. Hi, Gabriel. Thanks for being here. How can we control ourselves? I mean, I have to be, or have humility regarding our values, but what about inspiring others if we don't say or show what we do? Gabriel, I think it's a really good question. I'm going to give an example of someone that lived about 50 years ago, which I really admire. Martin Luther King, for example. When Martin Luther King was fighting for the freedom rights of black people in America, not only, of black people in America, but it started in America and we are seeing that it is spreading around the world now. Martin Luther King, he gave the example. He wasn't just going to the streets and saying that we should not be violent towards the others. We should try to respect each one of us. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, it doesn't matter where you come from. He said these things, but he was setting the example also. That is, as long as I know from my studies, there is no time that he fought physically against someone or that he set a bad example to the others. So I completely agree with you. Sometimes we have to show to the world what we have good, our qualities. But as here Daniela said to us, uh, there is a fine line between to be confident and arrogant, as we said. So Martin Luther, as many other people in the history, they had an idea, they trusted in themselves, they fought for that idea, but first they set the good examples to the others to see, and they everything which they said they were doing. So they weren't what's the word? Oh God, just appeared the word. They weren't fake, you know. They weren't being hypocrites. So we have to do our part and try to show to the world. But once we show too much, as Danielle said, we can become arrogant. You know, there are some people which they just show, they just say they are too good, and they believe they are doing something good to the others, but they go there and they try to do the help their part in some case. I just spoke about the freedom rights in America, 60 years ago, but could be any other example. But they don't give examples. They don't do their part. Do you agree, Nate? What do you think?
No, I agree. I agree with you. And this phrase that Daniela said is very important. There is a fine line between the confidence and arrogance. Is for me is what we are talking before. Is
No.
sometimes for some people it's very difficult to separate this. They become too arrogant in the way that you cannot say to them that they are wrong, that they start a fight for that. On the other hand, there is some people that they are hiding their talents, they are hiding their potential. They could do so much, they could do so more, and they are afraid to speak out. They are afraid to start something, and we have to be able to fight this fear that we have, and to hold us back.
Very true.
We had one entire speech about this, about the hold ourselves back, and this is very interesting because if we believe more in ourselves, in our potential, and believe that God gave each one of us our talent, and each one of us is good in something. There is no way that someone can be useless. There is no way. If you see what Jesus said, what the Spirit's book says, and Gospel says, nobody is useless. Every one of us, we are good in something. We are have our talent. So we have just to find out sometimes, if you are, and do it, fight for, working our sphere, working our most problem that hold us back. We can do so much. We can be good. Doesn't matter if you are good and cleaner.
Yep.
You are good and cleaner. Sorry, you are good in something.
Yeah.
You will be very good. Do what you are good at.
Yeah.
And if sometimes someone say to you, you are not good enough, don't listen.
True.
Because sometimes I see, the example of people that they are good, and the other side we have people that they are jealous because they are not so good as you, or they are not, they just don't see it, and they came to you and say that you are not good on this, you are not good enough. And some people take this too deep on them and hold this, and because they put on the other opinion first.
Above them, yeah.
Above them, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with this because, okay, if someone say to you, you are not good enough, analyze yourself. Think, are you sure that this person is right? Maybe you are not good enough on this, but probably you have another thing that you are very good at.
True.
So don't be careful with this, because sometimes we can put ourselves and hold ourselves in a really bad, in a situation that we could do so much. And just because we worry too much about what the other think about us.
Yeah.
So, and I remember when the part, I think is on the gospel, when they say that each of us is part of is part of God. We are all part. We are came from the same source.
Yeah.
Right? So we are equal, and we have just to here in this situation that we are on the life that we are having on this planet that we are living. We have to work out our issues because we all go in different sides, but we all come from the same source. So we all have God inside of us.
We are all divine. Yeah.
We are divine singers.
Yeah. It's nice what you said now about we come from God. Even Jesus said in the gospel, you are gods. He's just saying to us, but of course, he doesn't mean that we are equal to God, but he's saying what you are saying. You come from this particle, this beautiful part, this perfect particle, you know? You are part of something good. So we are all born to do something good, you know? But Nate, I'm gonna just kind of use what you said, but I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here, okay? From what you said, I have here, I think Henrique Mota. He said we have to watch. So we have that famous phrase in the gospel: "Watch and pray." Kardec explains to us that I think I forgot the which part of the gospel, which chapter, but explains to us that we should listen to our enemies, because he says that a lot of times when we have our friends, our friends always says that we are too good, that we are nice, that everything that we are doing is good. So our friends always are gonna try to make us happy. And Kardec explains to us, the Spirit explains to us that sometimes we should listen to our enemies, because our enemies sometimes they really tell the truth to us. You know, of course, if someone says to you, "You are a piece of crap. You don't worth anything," you shouldn't listen to that person, as you said. But sometimes I like what you said. We should watch ourselves. We should step back and say, okay, that person is saying that I'm not good enough at something. Maybe that person is right. But if you are smart enough, you're gonna take that not as an offense, but as an opportunity to improve. Okay, that person said that my sushi, for example, the rice wasn't good. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that person. Okay, maybe I have to put more vinegar on my sushi or my rice, whatever. So if you are smart, if you are not arrogant yourself, you are able to deal also with all not the issue, but with all the criticism which the others have to you. You know, so yeah, we have to find a balance. You know, listen to the others, listen our enemies, don't listen too much, listen to our friends, but be careful, because sometimes our friends just want to be nice. You know, what would you say about this?
I agree with you. I think because like I think it was Emmanuel who said that, or I don't remember who, but those who love us, they always will say that, and they always will put up, try to make us. For example, let I give you an example, okay? I have a test to do that I'm think that I'm not good enough to pass. I'm double of myself, and then those who you love me, they will come and say you good, you will pass. You even if they know that I won't pass, they will incentivize me. They will say that I'm good, I'm strong, that I will pass. Is normal. We always have good and bad. We have the incentivation to keep going, to be good from those who love us, for the good spirits. In the same way, if I still put myself down and say that I'm not good enough, that, oh my God, I'm not good enough because it doesn't matter how much I study, I'm a kind of dump because I know I can't learn this, I'm not going to pass. What do you think I will attract more?
Repeat the question, sorry, say again.
I have one side,
Yep.
people, and this good spirit who incentivize me to keep going, saying to me that I'm good enough, that I'm gonna pass, that I'm gonna make it, right? And one side, and the other side, I have the ones who you take advantage in my low self-confidence, and will say to me, "No, you're not good enough. You're not gonna pass. You are too dumb. Nah, you're not
Okay.
this. No, you are not able. Look, then there is 100 people better than you."
Okay.
If I keep telling to myself that I'm not good enough, if I'm keeping telling to myself that I'm dumb, if I'm keep telling to myself that I'm not gonna pass,
You're not gonna
I'm
pass.
not gonna pass.
Definitely, yeah.
But if I listen those who say, no, you are good, you're gonna pass, you study enough, you are study hard, you are very good, you are dedicate yourself, you're gonna pass, then maybe I have more chance to pass than not to pass.
Definitely.
Right?
Yep.
So we have to do our part, because remember that Jesus said, how can I say? I can't remember now the translate. Sorry, my internet I think just failed. Are you
Yep.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Good.
I hope you guys can hear you. Yeah.
Sorry.
I can hear you. I can
Sorry.
see you
Just
are here online. Yeah.
yeah. Just my video just failed for a second. Sorry.
That's fine.
So
It happens.
so help me to translate this phrase that say when Jesus said, help yourself, and
And the
God,
sky
they will
will,
help you.
yeah, God will
I
help.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm here. God is giving me all the opportunity. He gave me the more that sometimes is hard, but He's
Yep.
giving me the opportunity. Now the good spirit is here to help, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing my part.
Very true.
I'm not doing my part. How am I gonna evolve? How am I gonna do something? How are you progress in my life if I'm not? If I'm just sitting here in this chair and wait that someone come to the door and give me a good job or a good course to do or whatever I want. I just sit here in my chair, look by the window, and then is jealous about my neighbor that he bought a new car,
Yeah.
or about he has a nice girlfriend, or look into what his job he has, and I don't have nothing.
True.
It's like, make your part, and God will help you.
That's it.
So like,
Yeah.
you have to believe in yourself, but not just believe in yourself, but you have to put this in actions as well.
Yeah.
Take your faith and do the actions, and then you have the return.
True.
Is law of action reaction,
Very true.
right? But just faith in yourself is not enough sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you have, many of the time, that you have to do, you have to make this to open the doors, to make the opportunities happen. Because sometimes I see many people that they are complaining too much, they are complaining about the opportunities in life, and they say, the door, God, the universe closed out the door for me.
Yeah.
Because they are sitting here, they look the doors, there is 10 doors, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I look, all the door is closed. But
Very true.
just beside that door has a bunch of keys.
Yep.
Have you tried to stand up, take the keys, and try to open the doors? Maybe there is like hundreds of keys there. You have to try one by one to open the door. But have you tried? Or you just will keep the excuse that is, it's too difficult. No.
Too many
No,
keys, too many doors.
too many keys. You take me age to open the door.
Yeah.
Then I can't complain. There's the chance is there. If I'm not use the chance that I have, why I'm complaining?
Yeah, very true.
So
Yeah. We have to do our part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to do your part. Each of us have to do. You have to make the things happen. Once that you give the first step, you start to, you do the first step, you see that the things start to happen. The doors start to open. You show you the path. Yeah. Sometimes not, many of the times not easy. Many of the times it's very hard. You have to be, to keep going, to have straight, to have faith. Many times you think, now I will give up because it's too hard. No, don't give up. Keep going. Believe.
Going.
Believe in yourself, because God believes in you.
Very true.
God believes in us. He put us here to evolve, to make us grow. If you're not in a good situation now, you can make the situation be better. You are not happy where you are now. Make things happen to be better. Just you have the power to do it. Just you have the power to make the things happen, to move on. Nobody will do it for you.
Nobody can do it for you,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is a very important that we have to think. What I'm doing to change my situation now, if I'm not happy with.
I agree with you 100%. Hey, let's see if you have here a question. We have Kieran asking us here. Let me see. Is a Spirit's book by Allan Kardec one book or multiple books? And does it tell us anything about Jesus more than we know from the Gospels? Okay, Kira, I think we have replied to you, I think, this question in that document we sent to you. But yes, the Spirit's book, it's one book. It's one book by Allan Kardec. That was the first book which Kardec he put together with the help of several mediums in France. Of course, mediums from around Europe also, and mediums from America. And yes, and the Spirit's book and the work of Allan Kardec, not only the Spirit's book, because then we have the Gospel according to Spiritism, we have the Medium's book, we have Heaven and Hell, and we have Genesis. These are the five basic books of Allan Kardec. And there is many more informations about Jesus there than we have in the Gospels. But of course, the information that we have there, it's up to us if you want to believe or not. The Spirits, they explain to us that Jesus is the most perfect Spirit which God gives to us to be our model and guide. So he is the kind of, he was a perfect Spirit when Earth was created. He took control of Earth because God gave this power to him. Then he became the spiritual, the guide spirit of Earth. There are other informations also about Jesus, Kieran. So I would recommend you to go there. And if you have any questions, you can send an email to us as you did before, and we can try to reply. Let me see here. We have, let me see what Daniela says. Daniela says, I think it's about respect as well. We can help, we can try to show, we can do a lot of things. However, in some moments, we have to stop. Very good, very true. Give some step back, because every single person is on a different level. What is an easy way for me? It can take us. It can take as a true what will be easy to the others. I think I agree with you, Danielle, 100%. Sometimes, as Nate was saying, we are the kind of people that we want to help the others, but the other doesn't want to go and open the key himself. So yes, I think there is a limit for us to help the others. We can try to send to the others. We can try to show to the others what we think, what we believe, what we do, what we don't do. But some people, they don't want to see, or some people, they don't want the help. It's very nice what you said, Daniela, because I was saying to Nate before, if you take in the gospel, most of the miracles which Jesus made, before he does any miracle to anyone, he goes to the person and say, what do you want me to do for you? And sorry about my joke now, but if I was a blind person, I would look at Jesus and say, is this guy blind also? Can he not see that I'm blind? Of course I want him to cure me. But what Jesus was trying to do was, he wants us to evoke what we want. He wants us to ask, not to ask for him, like kind of begging for him, but to show to the world and to the universe, I want to be cured. I want to change. That's why Jesus asked everyone, "What do you want me to do for you?" So sometimes, as Ned said, we're not going to open the door. Even some people they say to us, "We're not going to do what we have to do." And that's why, Daniel. I think you are correct. Some people they simply they don't want. In this case, we should step back and say, "Okay, that's your time. You are in a different situation. Whenever you need help, please raise your hand, and I'll be here." That's what the Spirit's book says to us regarding to our mentors. They ask us um, that if our mentors they are around us all the time, and the spirits they explain to us, yes, they are. But if they see that you are not doing anything, you're not doing your part, they are busy because they are very similar spirits to us. They are in a very similar level, so they go and do other things in the spiritual world also in order to progress. Once we want to do something, they come to us like in faster than the speed of light. You know, so we have to do our part. What would you say about this, Nate? What
Yeah,
Daniel?
this is very interesting. You remember there is a phrase from Emmanuel in the book. I forgot the name of the book right now. When he say, "Whoever doubles himself disturb the divine help in himself. No one can help the ones who fall out." So, yeah, I can help just those people who are that are open to receive help. We, like she said, everyone has your own time. We cannot force the other to do the same what I do, because, as I said, we are different beings. We are different persons. Each one of us has your own qualities. Each one of one has our own, barriers. So we have, yes, it's very important. We have to respect the other. But what I'm saying then is not about these people about this, but about those people that we see. They are just complain about it. They will say that they want to change. They say that they want to move on. They are tired to be in that position. They are tired on that situation. And we see from the other side, from the outside, we see that that person has everything to move on, but the person refuses to do the first step. So in that point, yes, I have to step back, and I'm sorry, it's just up to you guys. So I can do nothing. You are the one who has the key. You are the one who has to open the door, not me. I cannot do it for you. So I have to respect that. Sometimes when this happens, and this person is the person who are beside you, for example,
Yeah.
and your family is your partner, and you see this. So it's very frustrating for us sometimes, because we see that the person has so much potential. The person has everything to do the first step, to put to solve the situation, right? That she's not happy or he's not happy with that. And the person do nothing, just complain about it. And then it's like the point is like, I'm sorry, I can do nothing for you. Everything is with you. You have, the potential. You know what to do to move on. You know what to do to get off from the situation.
True.
So do it and stop to complain. And don't say that God not help you, that nobody help you, because you are having everything. But you are not using. You are not using the tools that the universe put in your hands many times. So we have to do this sometimes. When you see ourselves in a situation that not happy with, look around, analyze, and see which tools I have to move on, which tools I can use to solve this situation.
True.
That's what I'm thinking here. Because and I think this is very important. And that part, that phrase, they say that know yourself is the key for everything.
True.
Because once that you know yourself, you will know your struggles, you will know your not fails, your defects.
Yeah.
Where is
You're right. Yeah.
where is my potential? Where is my weakness?
Yeah.
Basically,
Your weakness.
if
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know myself, I will know where is my weakness and where is my potential. So where I will invest, I will put my focus and my potential to move on. I don't know if you guys are following this.
Yeah, but Tanya said something really nice here that what you were saying before. I think it's hard to imagine that inner resources and perhaps the lack of inner resources, as the cases may be. What is obvious to someone may not be obvious to or for another. I think Tony is 100% correct. As we said, some people they are in a different level, but there is here. Patricia said something quite nice also. It's true. It's true that we have to do our part to change our lives, but sometimes we try to change the situation from all angles, and even like that, it seems nothing works. But sometimes, Patricia, we have to understand that there are situations because we cannot have the we cannot be so naive to believe that it's just because we have faith in something, we are doing our part that everything's gonna change. As you said, there are things which they're not gonna change, and if something doesn't change in our life, perhaps we have to try to see. We have to step back and try to understand with the Spiritist teachings that maybe that situation that you are facing, it's for you to learn something. So once we ask for strength for God and ask for patience, God's not gonna give you an island full of coconut water and nice margaritas. It's gonna give you very difficult people to deal with in order for you to practice your patience. So sometimes we want to stay away from the situation. We are doing our best. We have faith, but things they don't change. In that situation, you ask yourself, if God is good, if God is just, and everything has a reason, so perhaps that reason might be just also, even if it's hard. Okay, so there are some people which they have in their spiritual how to say in their spiritual planning that before they reincarnate, that they're gonna have to pass to that situation. So there are things that's gonna be we have to pass through. We don't have much time here. Let me see here.
5 minutes,
Yeah,
3 minutes.
what should just work? Okay, Kieran's saying to us why do miracles not happen anymore like in the Bible? To put in other words, how does this work? Jesus, Kieran, I think miracles they happen. It happens every day. It depends on the point of view that you see. If you are expecting to the sea to open, like we have in the Bible with Moses, because for some people that's miracle. To me, a miracle may be a mother who has 5 or 6 children who is able to educate them well, working one job, and in the end of her life, all their kids they are able to survive without causing any trouble to the others. So miracles they might be something different for me and for you. So to put it another way, I don't know. I think Jesus' work happens all the time. I think when people they are helping the others, as in the Bible it says to us that once you help someone who is in trouble, once you give food to the other, or once you are being kind to the other, you are doing to me. So I believe the work of Jesus, the good spirits, they are everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
depends on our eyes, as it says in the Bible, for those who have eyes to see, for those who have ear to hear. So sometimes good things are happening around us, but we put ourselves only in the bad things or in the wonders, as it says in the Bible also. Fools, Jesus says to the apostles, until when are you going to be expecting the miracles and wonders? So Jesus is saying to us that we just want to see the miracles and the wonders that can make our eyes to sparkle. But sometimes miracle and the good spirits and Jesus' work, it's happening in front of us, but we are not able to see. Nate, we're gonna have to finish in a few minutes. Would you like to say
Mm-hmm.
anything before we go?
No, just to I agree with you in the both situation, like in the Patricia situation that she said. Yes, I believe that when the things not happen. Sometimes it's like I said, sometimes it's not the right time. Sometimes we are not ready for, or sometimes we didn't learn enough, or we didn't learn what we had to learn with that situation. If it's not changed yet, if you are doing your part, the only thing that we have to do is be patient, continue working, to continue doing our best, because we have to sometimes have much more things involved that we think. So everything has your own time, everything has your own everybody has your own time as well. So we have to respect that and be patient with the situation, be patient with ourselves, and respect everything, respect the time, respect us, and so on. And the second situation Kieran said, like you said, I think you give exactly the perfect answer for that. Jesus work in our life every day, in every moment. Like we just don't realize that
True.
Jesus is present in our life every day. We have, just like you said, have the eyes to see it. And the miracles happen every day as well. Just not the way that happened before, like in the time of Jesus, that they have to make someone stand up in the middle of the multitude and walk.
Yep.
It's not this kind of miracles that happen, because we don't need these miracles anymore. But the miracles that we need is according with our time. And yes, miracles happen every day, for
Very
sure.
true. And it happens here inside our hearts. Okay, and as Tanya said here, just the final thing which Tanya said to us, and ask for help, perspective, advice from others who seem to be managing better in those areas. Maybe, I think yes, I think you're correct, Tanya. But sometimes it's good for us to ask for help for someone who knows or that we admire or are doing well in certain parts. But anyway, guys, just before we go, we have been people asking us on Facebook quite a lot when we are going to open again, because we are seeing that the lockdown in Dublin starts to get easy. Things they start to open slowly, but we're not gonna open anytime soon. I believe the Lantern Center will be only open around October, November, or even next year. First, that's not up to us. That's up to the place that we rent to have the spiritual meetings. And that place, is a kind of it's a place where there is plenty of elderly people who look after the place. So we are trying to not open the place, also to make them safe. And we cannot put people inside of a room because of social distance. That's why we are trying to. We're not going to be open anytime soon. But guys, don't worry. As Jesus said in the Bible, in a place where there is one or two talking about my name, I shall be there. So once we do our lives here on Tuesday nights at 7:15, 7:15, Thursday night, 7:15, and Sunday at 11:15, once you connect ourselves, believe me, you are around good spirits. Jesus is close to us. Jesus, or the spirit that you believe, or the energy that you believe, the name you can give, doesn't matter the name, but believe there are good spirits around us. So just to clarify again, we're not going to be open anytime soon, but we still have our 3 lives per week: Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Sunday morning. We are still having. And also we start to have our studies group on Wednesday. Would you like to talk about this, Nate?
No, I just would like to inform everyone, especially for those who to go on the study groups on Tuesdays, that we are back with the studies group every Wednesday now from 8 o'clock by Zoom. Is in the closed room, but is open to everyone who wants to study with us. We are all in the same level of. We are all studying the Spirit's book. If you want to join us, just send an email to the. Can you put on the screen the email for us?
Yes. Here to us, guys.
Yeah. We send us the email, and we send you the link to join us on Wednesday for the group to study. Okay, is everything in English? So, and I think this information, this email will be on the Facebook page. You can go later there and access. Send us the email. I send you the link, and then we'll be together on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And
sorry, because about the email, sorry, just to correct. So we're not gonna post the email on Facebook. If you guys want, you guys have to email. You guys have to send a message to us. because we left this email before publicly and we got plenty of spams, people sending emails which have no connection with the spirits group. So please understand that. So if you guys want to send an email to us, if you have the email here, or send a DM to us on Facebook, and then we can send the email to you guys. It's just to avoid spams. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, you're completely right. And yeah, guys, just a quick reminder that we are all here learning and study spiritism. We are not teachers. We are not special. I can say for myself, I'm very beginner on this, can say, and we are all in the same level. Okay, so it's really, really nice to have you all with us tonight, studying. Everybody, I see a lot of people participating tonight. It was great. Thank you everyone to be here with us tonight. Thank you for people. Thank you, Souza Oliveira from Kardec Region. Thank you very much to be with us. Thank you guys from Facebook, YouTube. Somewhere else? I lost.
Okay, so we have plenty of people here. So all the guys, all our activities is open to anyone, even if you believe, if you don't believe. If you want to join, you just go there and send an email to us. We're gonna send a message on Facebook or send an email to us. Anyone can join the group. Anyone with open hearts and who is willing to to ask us any question. As Nate said, we are all learning here, and we hope that we are able to explain properly and reply the questions to everyone. Also, thanks for Kardec Radio. Thank you for everyone who is with us here. Thanks for Tanya always helping us here. Correcting our replies. She's great. Tanya and Nate, they are the coordinators of the Spirits group, of the studies group on Wednesdays. Sorry.
Wednesday now, no more on Tuesday. Wednesday.
Yeah, no more on Tuesday, because before it used to be on Tuesday. Yeah, okay, Nate. So would you like to do our final prayer, Nate, for us to close?
Yes, sure. So guys, let's take a deep breath. If you can, close your eyes. If not, you can keep it open. Let's raise our thoughts to Jesus, to the good spirits. Say thank you for this moment. Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for the internet, for the technology that we are able to reach so many people and to be together again here. Thank you, God, that we can reflect and think about all the words and the study that we are made here today, and keep going in our life, believing that God is with us. And yes, we are able, we are capable, because we have faith in ourselves. Right? That God be with us, that all of us have a good week, and see you again soon. So be it.
Okay, guys. So thank you very much, everyone. Kardec Radio, guys from America, guys from Dublin, guys from Brazil. We see you, everyone, on Sunday at 11:15. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you, Nate. See you, guys. Bye.